Why TBC? What's the deal? Now I'm on Boxing Scene and I see this article, man. I'm gonna leave it in the description for you. Joseph Parker's promoter rips Shannon Briggs, tells him to stop running. All right, let me read here. He says Shannon Briggs has been running from Joseph Parker for the last year and a half. Lonergan told Sky Sports, "I've been trying to track Shannon down, and he just will not talk to me because he knows that Joseph Parker would knock him out inside 5 rounds. He will just not talk because he doesn't want to take the fight. Tell Shannon Briggs that once we finish with Carlos Takam, we might give him a crack at Joseph. But I think he will run a million miles because he knows Joseph can really fight. Instead of let's go champ, it's no go champ." When Joseph was sparring with Vladimir Klitschko, Shannon Briggs was in the same gym and he was talking to Parker's trainer, Kevin Barry. "I've been getting your promoter's text, but I ain't fighting Joe." That's what he told Kevin Barry. All right, so, and and again, I like Shannon Briggs. I like his whole persona. I like Shannon Briggs way back in the day, man, when he was fighting Foreman and Lennox Lewis. I liked him back then, and I like his persona. I like the Let's Go champ. I like that he can sell a fight. I understand he's rated highly by the WBA. He's rated number 4. So I understand this, and I take all these things into consideration. But the thing with Shannon Briggs is there's been fights offered to him. Now, he says the money wasn't right. I remember when him and Deontay Wilder was going back and forth. This is when Wilder was looking for an opponent for that Arthur Spilka date. And Briggs was one of the guys, but he says the money wasn't right. Back and forth with money issues. You can go online and find different articles with them talking about money issues. Briggs says one thing, Wilder says the other thing. I guess it comes down to who do you believe. All right, so the money wasn't right for that one. Okay, then Joseph Parker has been trying to get guys out to New Zealand to fight him. They tried to get the Charles Martin fight. They couldn't get it. They tried to get Arnold Jai. They tried to get Chris Arreola, Edmund Gerber. The list goes on and on. I believe Alexander Dimitrenko was a guy also they were trying to fight once upon a time. They couldn't get none of these guys to New Zealand. Money issues. Guys say they wasn't offered enough money. Okay. So I don't know what Shannon Briggs is really trying to do. When he was trying to get the fight with Klitschko, we knew that fight wasn't going to happen. Okay. Then he was trying to get the fight with Wilder. He didn't accept the money. The money wasn't good enough. I don't know, what's a significant amount of money to Shannon Briggs because I'm a fan. You know what I mean? So I don't know if Briggs trying to get 10 million, 2 million, 3 million, a million. I don't know how much he's being offered. I don't know how much he's willing to accept. I don't know, but I know he's trying to get the David Haye match. So he's in the UK, looking for David Haye in the daylight with a flashlight, supposedly trying to find him. But I haven't heard anything. And Shannon Briggs is getting older. He's not getting younger. I don't know how long he'll remain in the shape he's in right now as far as physical condition, because he looks like he's in shape. Now, having a physique and actually having wind to go 12 rounds is a totally different thing. I think Shannon has a good 3-4 rounds in him, maybe. I'm not sure. Against a high-level guy, maybe. I know he has the extreme puncher's chance. I'll give him that. But the thing with Shannon though is like, what is he going to be willing to accept to fight these guys? Because I believe Briggs was another guy who they were trying to get out. Team Parker was trying to get out there even before this, like months ago. And he was another guy that didn't like the money supposedly. So, Joseph Parker will be champ. If he wins this fight, he'll be in line to get his title shot. He'll be a mandatory, so I don't know, man. Like, I just don't know what Shannon Briggs wants to do. Who does he really want to fight? Right now it's David Haye, but okay, what if you can't get the David Haye fight? I mean, he's being real selective with who he wants to fight, and rightfully so. He's an older guy looking to cash out, but I thought the perfect opportunity is he should have took the date, but Arthur Spilka ended up taking it. But that would have been a great opportunity, especially if you really think you can win. Because if you really think you can win, you would have thought that, damn, he would have just took the money to fight Wilder, and then his next fight after the Wilder fight would be his big payday fight, because he'll be champ, and then you'll get paid handsomely for that next fight. So I was thinking, damn, why didn't he just take the Wilder fight? But again, I don't know how much they were offering him. You know, I heard Briggs say that he offered, his team was saying that Wilder turned down 2 million. So then how much would Briggs would have got for that? You know, two different stories, I guess, man. But I just don't really know what Briggs is doing right now. I know he wants the David Haye fight. So he went from wanting the Vladimir fight to David Haye. So obviously he's going for, obviously Vladimir would have brought a lot of money, especially if he would have fought him overseas, and he would have been a multiple title holder had he won that fight, had he got that fight and won it. But he didn't take the fight with Wilder. Even if they're offering you, let's just say, I don't know, I'm just making up a number, 300,000. You would think like, well, shit, take it, because if you beat him, you're going to be champ. You know what I mean? Then your next fight, you can make money. But again, I guess it comes down to these fighters and what they perceive as a substantial amount of money and what's chump change. For me as a fan, my numbers are going to be different from these fighters. But what do y'all think about this? Do you think that Shannon Briggs want any parts of Joseph Parker? And do you think that statement was true? Do you really think he told Kevin Berry, hey, I'm getting you guys calls about fighting Parker, but I ain't fighting him? Do you think those accounts are true? Or do you think it's fabricated? Or what do you think about this fight in general? Parker versus Briggs, I'll pick Parker in that fight. I think he can match Briggs right now, power for power. And everything else, I think Parker is better at this stage of their careers. First of all, his stamina is going to be a lot better. And that right there alone will be enough to push him to victory in a fight like this. But I do think Briggs will make it exciting for the first 3 rounds, especially with that big right hand. But just my opinion on this. I'm curious to hear yours. YTBC. I'm out.